Alright, here are some more coincidences. Residents dying for Bull Park River to be distilled. Residents of 10 miles in Bullbury, which borders two constituencies, East Rural, St. Andrew, and Western St. Thomas, said they feel slighted after years of neglect by the political representatives and the Caribbean Cement Company with the lack of dredging of the Bull Park River. Okay, like I said, Jamaica's benign neglect policy at work. Who was surprised here? The residents staged a peaceful protest yesterday being Tuesday, because this is from yesterday's story, this Gleaner. Yesterday to register their disappointment, knowing that with the Atlantic hurricane season on the way, you can't wait until disaster strikes or for the air to be declared unsafe zone before the river is distilled. And they go to a quote which confirms that they're saying that they need to look into it fast. Craig Cement argued, on the other hand, that the rehabilitation of former gypsum quarry complies with government company and government's environment protection policies. Basically saying that, yeah, we ain't doing anything. That's what basically they're saying. Yeah, we hear you, we ain't doing nothing. Over this is City Well residents, so whom said that the National Housing Trust built homes for which it tells are under threat. And basically they're expressing their disgust at what the Curb Cement said. Some residents have also pointed fingers at the National Works Agency, describing the entity as all bark no bite. Basically, they ain't doing shit either. And let's see if there's a quote from, and interesting enough but not surprising, NWA had no comment at this moment. They haven't been able to put a spin on this as well at this moment. What they meant to say. The group complained that the situation is made worse after the passing of Tropical Storm Elsa in recent weeks, with silt piled up to 3 feet under the bridge, a far cry from the 20-foot clearance. More quotes and calls to both MPs. Julian Holden for St. Andrew East Rural and James Robinson for Western St. Thomas were not answered yesterday. And basically, yeah, because I've been pretty much hearing that, yeah, when the Prime Minister's wife, is that, yeah, there are a lot of people who have said that they made complaints about certain situations in their constituencies only for basically to get the Three Monkeys Act. So basically, all I can say is that former people in Bull Park River, unless the story is fabricating all the facts, yeah, something needs to be done. I mean, if I had the power to do anything, whether that's financial or physical, I'd help with all these communities, because you see, we need a country that where there is equal distribution of resources and every community is up and running and is in good economic standings. But again, Jamaica's benign neglect policy, that is the rule of the land, and is not really meant to benefit the most populace. But most of us already know this. Most of us have enough sense to realize that these mechanisms that the system in Jamaica have put up aren't really meant to be in their best interest. But again, this is the importance of learn to be self-reliant, and yeah, no resources are a must, as well as voting and hold accountable who we elect. Because the thing is, though, if this is true, like some these MPs that were mentioned, yeah, they should be voted out in the next elections. But then again, the opposite has happened in too many cases, despite lack of performance in their constituencies. But hoping for the best of Bull Park River, but this, as well as many other constituencies in Jamaica, things need to improve, and me making a recording is not even enough. Action needs to be taken. Alright, so for all the people out there, if you can do something, you're in positions of power to do something, let's act upon it. So it's for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check them out on the YouTube pages. Miles Gusson Farron, Miles J Productions, Real Thoughts of Miles. Alrighty then.